Plants vs. Zombies, a game where you defend your lawn from the undead using plants in 2009. Eventually getting a sequel and a couple of third-person shooters until we've got a third game in the main series, which became so bad that someone almost got in trouble while playing it on stream.
Oh my gosh, that was so sus.
You might also be surprised that this is not the first iteration of the game, it's actually the fourth one. And it all started way back in early 2016 when the last adventure update for PBC2 was released. Podcast former employees Colin Riley and Jason Brown had shared some of the art of what PBC3 was gonna look like, such as the early designs to the hub world, the player's house, including the NPCs. We don't exactly know what the game was all about, but it was announced at the licensing expo in China that we should expect it to be released somewhere near the end of 2017. Instead, we got this piece of shit. On July of 2019, Popcorn started a pre-alpha test of PBC3 to limited users on mobile, with the game soft launched a few months after to a handful of countries. It does look quite different from the art we previously seen, and by different, I mean everything is now in portrait and in 3D, and the gameplay looks very sus. Like, what the hell is this? The sunflower stuck in limbo, the cherry bomb is now just a power-up, half the plants either give you a fucking seizure or just covers the entire board, confusing leveling system, all 4 game modes are technically just the same. Like, this isn't about strategy anymore. They basically just built it to be pay to win. As if they completely lost what made the original so special. However, they did have some interesting variations when it comes to plants and zombies. It just sucks that they look shit with this whole obsession with 3D. After receiving a ton of backlash, Falco had decided to go back to the drawing board, saying they're gonna listen to our feedback, which means that the soft launch has been officially cancelled. Fast forward to 2024, PBC3 Welcome to Zomburbia was released. After 3 years of beta testing, the lawn is now back into landscape, new art style, and the game now feels like the original once again. Remember when I told you about the power-ups? Well, there's 3 now. They just never learned, don't they? The game had over 300 levels, but the difficulty now ranges from barely possible to insanely impossible, as if they're desperately trying to force you into using power-ups. You may have noticed these weird little gimmicks, like the unsorted areas that prevents you to use your plants on, or the zombies get pushed when there's a water surge, or the lawn is now at an incline shaped like the letter V. Did you know the game has ads? Like, why? There's just no reason to put ads on a game that just ended soft launch. And because the regulation of these ads is so dog shit, there were some people, including a YouTuber named RCCH, who got hit with this unlucky incident. Aside from that, this game requires you to put up these stupid decorations. You know, the ones that always give you 3 options to choose? Guess someone must have forgot their homework again. To be fair, they did push out some monthly updates with new content and a couple of new faces, such as the Lychee, the Stealth Imp, and a bunch more. But one thing that brought the most hate was how they removed the ability to pick your plants. Instead, the game forces you to use whatever lineup it gives you, which kills the whole point strategy that made PBC popular in the first place. So, by the month of August, they brought it back. Until the game got shut down again. The only time it got resurfaced again was when they turned it into a Chinese game. And since it is a Chinese game, you know what that means. Now that brings us to the fourth PBC3, with the beta version just dropped recently on October 7th. The game was built from scratch again, but they added something new to the table called fusions. The way this works is you put 2 plants together at the same tier, they'll be fused into one singular plant. This means that there's a bajillion plants you can make, which a lot of them are those you haven't seen yet. The harbor has now been reworked, the Sand Garden is back, now 8 times more than the first game, and somehow they brought this in the game. It's a fucking avatar. I hate how intricate this is. They did say they're gonna remove it once the game launches, but they even have the balls to say that these so-called odd jobs are like throwbacks to the previous PBC titles. Or it's just a dumb set of minigames with PVC stuff on it. The game still gets some updates throughout the whole testing phase, like they added achievements and whatnot, but one time, they made the levels so hard that you can't even progress anymore. Probably because people were able to beat all levels without leveling any of their plants, which kind of implies that there was no money being spent. So they made it pay to win. Again. Can't they just make it not real play so we can get this over with? But overall, the game is in a much better spot now compared to the previous ones. Falcon just needs to start listening for real this time. It's just funny how the Melee series is becoming more exclusive on mobile these days because they know someone out there is gonna fall for these in the shop.